Hello, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in this week. David Rugg here with my legislative update for the week of September 16th through 20th, 2019. This week, our representatives are scheduled to vote on 19 bills, and the Senate is likely to start out with a procedural vote and likely confirmation of the new ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, some other executive branch nominations, and the new ambassador to Sweden. Those are on the plate for the Senate. Of the 19 bills in the House, I wanted to highlight 3 of those for you. And if these interest you at all, please contact your representative and voice your opinion one way or the other. H.R. 2486 is called the Future Act, and it will reauthorize funding for historically black colleges and universities. H.R. 2211 will require the Consumer Product Safety Commission to revise its rules for the manufacture and distribution of clothing storage units, dressers, cabinets, etc. They're trying to increase the safety of those items and the possibility of those tipping and injuring or killing children. So they want to revise rules that are in place, and I expect both of those, 2486 and 2211. They're scheduled to be passed under suspension of the rules with bipartisan support, but you never know. Sometimes those get forced into recorded votes, so we'll see what happens there. I also wanted to highlight a bill coming over from the Senate. It is S 1790. There's a possibility that the House will authorize a conference committee this week to reconcile the differences between the House and the Senate on the 2020 National Defense Authorization. And so, as I've said before, I'm a veteran, very supportive of the troops, but also concerned at the same time by the amount of money being spent for the Defense Department each year, and whether it's being spent wisely or effectively. And so if you're interested in defense spending, this would be a good week to pay attention to S 1790 and see what the House does with a conference committee there. I also want to highlight 3 committee hearings. I think there are over 50 hearings this week, and if you go to congress.gov, right in the middle of the page, you'll find a link to the committee schedule. But my representative is part of 3 committees that will be meeting this week, and just wanted to highlight those. And you can find where your representatives are meeting as well if you go to congress.gov. She will be in a small business hearing this week. They're going to be looking at various programs, 8A programs to enhance economic opportunities in the country. She'll be part of a transportation and infrastructure hearing discussing policy intended to work with various programs under the Clean Water Act. And also there's an agriculture committee meeting this week to review implementation of the Federal Farm Disaster Program. So sounds like 3 fairly important areas where issues will be discussed, and I'll be kind of watching those and looking at the videos once they're done. You can find the complete House schedule if you go to majorityleader.gov and Leader Hoyer's website. And on the top line, if you click on Resources, and then you'll click on the Weekly Leader. And the Weekly Leader is a section where each week's schedule is posted, and you can find next week's schedule there, majorityleader.gov. And again, congress.gov if you're looking for information on the Senate. Right in the middle of that congress.gov page, you'll find a link to House information and to the Senate as well. So that's what I have this week. I'll be watching Congress and see how they do. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.